So how are you gonna? So what are your goals
For
for
2020,
2026?
I think 2025 leads on to 2026 for me because it's kind of what did I miss out on that I wanted to do, and because of my knee,
You want
I need to kind of continue that. So my health is still going to be a priority because I'm still going to be, you know, returning to full fitness
Yep.
if that was to say, and it's matter of fact even more important because for 2025 I wanted to do a few half marathons, and then for the next year I wanted to get into long, like for 2026 in theory, if I didn't injure myself, I wanted to think about marathons, like longer
Yep.
distance. So that has not been stopped, it's just been delayed and pushed back.
Yeah.
So for me, again, it's my health, knee strong as possible, and even more so, like I just want to take care of it even further, if that makes sense. And like even from my diet, bless you,
Thank you.
eating more whole foods, eating more nutritious food, and really taking care of, my
Yourself.
health
Yeah.
overall. Yeah, I just want to be the best version of like that I can of myself.
Okay.
Um, Honestly speaking, from my health point of view, career, obviously, new job in February. Starting from that, just want to hit the ground running. Coming back to the insurance industry, want to leave a good mark. Um, Obviously, I want to pass my probation. Honestly, I want to save money from that. Or the benefit it gives me to that, like hopefully save a certain amount of money, and by the end of the year, get another property
Yeah.
is my goal. Obviously, I'm a single person. I don't really have like
Yep.
anyone to be thinking about, so I'm not looking for like a forever home.
Yep.
But even if it's like obviously I've got a two-bedroom flat at the moment. If it's like a similar two-bedroom flat or three-bedroom small house,
Yep.
that's what I want to do. And either I move into that or I put it on rent and I rent somewhere else. So I definitely want to move back out of my
Okay. You
home.
want you want
Yeah, I
back
want to
move
move
back
out.
out of
So
your
either
home.
I'm going to move into that or I'm going to rent somewhere else,
Okay. Cool. That makes
as an
sense.
alternative. That's a goal of mine. So health, kind of finances and property, you could say. In my personal kind of projects, obviously, you know that I always have some sort of personal pursuits on the side, whether it's what I've done.
Yep.
Content has been a big thing of mine, my own personal content. I want to continue pushing that and like documenting my life in a better way,
Yep.
and building my following and pushing out my own personal content on my own personal pages, and maybe work with if like before I got injured, obviously I worked with ASOS. I was getting gifting from like Creed, Valentino. I got gifting from Prada. Obviously, being injured kind of stopped the trajectory. I was
Yep.
doing more fashion content, then I got injured, started doing more talking head content on like a new kind of page. But I kind of want to amalgamate them together as I'm now back to health and also document my health journey
Yeah.
through that. So it's like kind of all coming together and potentially work with some brands again through that. That's something I really want to really want to focus on to build my personal brand out there.
Yep. Nice.
And then lastly, I guess this isn't a goal to meet someone and like date someone and I'll find my wife, but it's a nice to have to be
Yeah.
in that position where to date again. I haven't wanted to date as such because of my knee injury, because of the logistics of it, and also
Yep.
having some space to myself after having a breakup. But after pouring into myself, I see on the side of putting myself back in the dating space and, maybe meeting someone and
Yeah. That's
being in
nice.
a
Awesome.
relationship space. Like, I feel like I'm getting to that mindset of where I do want to
You're ready for
say,
it
yeah,
again.
because my career's getting into like where I want it to be in terms of financially and like in a settled place.
Yep.
Physically, my body is, I can show up for myself and then I can show up for someone else. And it's similar to like the conversations that we've had when you felt like you was my age at 30, you feel like certain things had gone into place. So you wanted to build that next chapter of your life. And I feel I am getting into that place. And I think maybe I have been a bit erratic over the last few years, if that was to say, where I haven't felt those kind of solid foundations where I do feel that they're there now.
Okay.
And, that's something not to be my life, but to add to my life,
Yeah. Yeah.
if
Nice.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. So yeah, I'm not in a pressure
Nice.
for that.
Very
But yeah,
wholesome.
what about you? What's your goals?
Yeah, I think firstly, actually, reflecting on your goals, I think that's yeah, like it's really nice to hear that you've now got those foundations, the ambitions of actually kind of purchasing another property is kind of helps that you've got a new job
Yeah.
financially, and you've now got a nice steady platform to actually, now you're saying you're ready for the next chapter, and hopefully find that person and add that to your life.
Yeah.
is very important. Regarding my 2026, so I think
You're moving back to London, I guess, is the main thing.
yeah, moving back to London is a goal. Basically, I need to be in the office a lot more. And I think for career progression,
Has your company actually said you need to be in the office more?
from next December will be, so from this September it's 2 days a week. From next September or December, one of the two, it's 3 days a week. But
You want to progress for your career as well.
yeah, I think for me to progress in my career, I need to put in that face time. I need to be, as I get more senior I get, the more I'm dealing with more senior stakeholders, and being able to talk to them face to face is very important. Being seen in the office, creating that network of people as well, it's really important. And I think I felt sometimes my progression working from home in my career has been limited and stagnating. So I think actually it makes sense for us to move back to London, and really excited about it as well.
I'm really excited to have you back. I can't lie.
Yeah, because obviously I've got a nice network in London as well. I've got a lot of friends.
Obviously, we do the podcast now.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier. But even when you have been coming, we have been seeing you, it's been nice seeing more of you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And to have you back again in a selfish way is...
Yeah, very
I'm not
excited.
complaining. I'm not complaining.
And the thing is, obviously my wife's family are in London as well, so it's nice for her as well. But a big thing is, before I move back, the reason I moved back is to be closer to my parents originally. But from when that hit, my parents are now retired. When I went back, COVID times, my parents are now retired, so they got more flexibility to come see me now. And again, I do have flexibility as I'm not 5 days in a week, so I can go back home
To theirs, stay there, work there for a few days.
Yeah, spend time with them. Also.
Yeah, you're not limited. It's different seasons of your life. Like, seasons...
Things change.
Yeah, things change and you have to, like, optimize. Doesn't mean you'll be here forever.
Yeah.
But this season of your life is focused towards these goals.
Yeah.
Towards your career.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got other goals as well aside from your career.
Yeah, exactly. So progression of my career. Obviously, that's primary source of income, isn't it? So then, as I previously mentioned, we're looking to go through on a property of mine, a second property. Me and my friend have gone halves on this, so want to get that over the line, get that rented out. So we have a secondary source of income, and that me and him have been trying to get off the ground for quite a long time now. And we've had previous properties they've fallen through for X, Y reasons, but it feels like this is the right one, and everything's kind of happened for a reason, and we're really happy with that. And
Is this your first one together? Sorry.
first one together?
Okay. I know you've been speaking about it for a while.
Yeah.
To me, I thought you had one before, but no, this is the
So
first.
like we've been close, but unfortunately it fell through. But I feel like this is like we've got everything in place now, and everything is.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We're working with a better mortgage broker, but so and she's on it as well. So I think that get that done. Keep progressing the podcast. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think obviously we're in the very early days of our podcast productions. What is this, episode 5?
6?
6?
But now you're going to be in London as well. It'll be easier. Maybe we can get a,
Yeah.
I'm not saying because I got more money coming in, but I'm like, if we had an hour for a podcast studio where it's like X amount each, I'd contribute that to see the difference that we could do. For example, I guess when I was talking about my personal content journey as well, it's like the podcast is attributed to that as well.
Yeah. But I think it's very easy. So at this moment in time, if you haven't subscribe, because we've got 3 subscribers at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Right. But so like, it's very easy to get disheartened and be like, is it worth it? But actually, I am very confident that if we keep turning up, keep putting in the work, it will eventually lead to something. And so, I think actually just being consistent and make it like put in the time and effort of making it grow. I think that's
I've seen that for
good.
like just going back to my own personal content. Like I've been paid by ASOS,
Yeah.
like some big brand. They've given me free clothes on top of it to make content for them, and that's because I literally started from zero on a page.
Yeah.
Like I've been given, like, this is not to brag, but like Creed, 200-300 pound bottles of their aftershave for free.
Yeah.
£600 worth of the aftershave from Creed, like, just, oh, here, take it. Make a little, if you want to include it in a video, make it. If I didn't start and just take imperfect action, I wouldn't have been in that position. It's the same with this. I don't care, like, we have 3 subscribers, yeah, so what? But if we show up every day, if we get better, if we be more consistent, if we improve one small feature at a time, it will get there.
You're starting at level 0. You're not going
Yeah.
to get to level 100 straight away. It's about making those incremental steps.
Exactly. It's not caring about what other people think and other people's opinions. Like, we are secure in ourselves. We are secure where we are in our life, and this is just an extension on the side of it where we get to express ourselves in a way that hopefully resonates with the people watching.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, going back to 2026. So I think those, but then obviously,
Kids?
who knows? Who knows? Maybe in 2026. But yeah, just kind of keep enjoying that married life. Like, yeah, just we want to build something together. We want to look for our next home. So save financially. We're going to have to tighten our purse strings and just be kind of yeah, because obviously looking back to move to London, want to eventually buy a place in London and so forth. So we want to be kind of smart with our money and
Yeah.
yeah, kind of eventually afford that place. So yeah, just kind of.
I was going to ask if, I guess traveling is not a big thing as much feeling, because I was going to say one of my goals actually is like I want to travel, because I literally haven't traveled as much this year, and I know you guys have traveled to like Asia, to countries there, and you always like telling me to go, and I was like, you know what, I actually do want to branch out. That's one of my goals. So like traveling, like just doing some solo traveling, whether that's in Europe, outside of Europe, is definitely something I want to
I think
do a bit more. But you obviously are in a different position where you've done that.
Yeah.
Now you're saving because you want to buy that property for yourself. So
yeah, so I think so that's. But my advice is, I've actually because I've done it. My advice is go out there and actually do it, because at the end of the day, you're in a different position to me in life at this moment. You're single,
a few years behind as well.
like and like you've got those opportunities. You haven't got these kind of you don't have to worry about paying for a wedding, looking for like the next home and so forth. Spend that time, go traveling, and go
Experience
life,
life,
explore the
culture,
world. It's
people.
Yeah, and it will broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
And it'll be
Going to Miami in February. Cousin Stag. That should be fun.
that'll be very fun. That sounds good. But yeah, I think that's my 2026 in a nutshell. Health wise,
Or you just kind of,
I think be consistent.
you haven't got like, oh, I want to be X% body fat, or
No,
like,
none of that. I think
if you come to third space, you will be. If
yeah,
you're
but
at first space, you will be.
I think with that,
I mean, when you're training with each other, if like, I think, because I was always on training, I think it kind of not boosted you, but like, it was like, yeah, I want to.
but when you have that partner as well, you're always pushing. You're getting the extra reps out.
But I would push you to be
Yeah.
like, come on, Tesh, come on, Tesh.
Exactly.
And when you see the progress, it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like, I am liking this.
Oh, I would love to come back to third space, but again, I think just the cost of it, and us kind of our ambitions of buying a new home.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of another matter. But that's 2026 in a nutshell. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a big year for both of us. And
Here's to a good year. Excited.
Yeah.
So, this is the advice I'll give to myself and that I'm trying to implement. But if anyone is watching this and they want to have a successful 2026 and a successful new year, I think one of the main things that you need to have at the forefront is your mindset. It's quite generic and quite vague, but there are some specific things regarding the mind and how you approach the years is very important, I think. And I'm trying to implement this personally for myself. It's not advice that I would give to someone that I wouldn't try to
yourself, or
yeah,
things
what
to
I'm
yourself.
going to try to do myself. The first thing is within like, you need to have a plan. You need to
Yeah.
have some direction. It's not just like these big, vague, generic goals. I want to hit £1 million. I want to buy a property. It's like, how are you going to do that? Actionable steps. Okay, I want to buy a property worth approximately this amount. How much money do I need to then save by the end of the year, this time point? If I need X amount, then each month I need to save Y amount from my salary, and actually having a structured plan. Because when you get to the end of the year, when you get to a certain time point, you're like, oh, why haven't I achieved my goals? It's because you didn't do the things that were required of you
to achieve
to
those
achieve
goals.
your goal.
Yeah.
You just go about, oh, I'm going to keep spending as much as I want. It's taking that, or like, say if you want to get a six pack by summer, you need to lose a certain amount of weight
Yeah.
each
It's-
month
yeah.
consistently.
Needs to be eating.
Yeah, you need to be
getting
around.
macros.
But then you get to like 1-2 months from your summer holiday, and you're like, oh, why haven't I got the body? Like I thought I was doing it. You didn't have a clear and structured plan.
Yeah.
Plan.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
Those
very
things have a plan, and creating the actionable steps around it. It's not just having the plan. It's like doing the actual
Yeah.
things around it that we've spoken about, acting daily and then reiterating as you go. Things in life are going to throw you off, and that's how you deal with them, the mindset aspect. I tore my knee ligaments in the year. I didn't want to let that year go to waste and amount to nothing, so I still tried to do as much as I could within what was in my capabilities and possibilities.
Yeah.
You as a person, things aren't going to go your way. You're going to have a relationship breakup. You maybe lose some money. You may get fired from your job. You may get rejected in certain ways. You can't use those disappointments to not achieve your goals
Yeah.
or stay on path. If anything, use them as motivation and fuel to get
Yeah.
to where you want to be, and just reiterate.
Be resilient as well.
Yeah. Reiterate. If you need to lower the bar slightly to be like, okay, I can't save £1,000 a month, but because I've got this extra expense at home that I need to contribute to supporting my mum, maybe I can save 750 or 500. You're still working towards that goal.
Yeah.
Don't just completely write it off. Life, I think life is a mental game. It is all mental. What you feel and experience mentally will materialize in your 3D world.
Yeah.
You can't see riches on the outside if you feel poor on the inside.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel that.
Yeah. So it's but having the right mindset. But just going back onto the point, I think to add to that, it's important to have a plan, but have a realistic plan as
Yeah.
well. Like something that's gonna be you can implement into your lifestyle, and actually it's not too much of a burden. Because if you kind of make a plan that actually makes you have to work X hours a day extra or do X, Y, Z, then you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to, then you eventually just stop doing it.
Yeah, you need to enjoy the process. You need to enjoy the daily practice of what you're doing. If everything feels like I think this will go into one of my later points, but you need to actually enjoy what you're working towards.
Yeah.
It needs to be meaningful
Enjoy
to
the
you.
process.
I guess the second point to having a good year is kind of leads on from this, but it's about having as I've gotten older, I've really kind of had a bit more of an outlook on life by having a more holistic approach.
Okay.
It's very easy to focus on the physical and the financial. Money, gym, exercise, yeah. But there's actually other aspects of your well-being that are important to having a good year and that equally contribute to them. They all interlink, in my personal opinion. And that is, you have the physical, you have the financial, but you have the mental as well. Yep. Your mental well-being and taking actual ownership and control of that. You have the emotional side, you have the social side, and you also, for me personally, the spiritual side of what you kind of feel, not woo-woo, not that woo-woo, but it's like, we know the difference between right and wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And aligning your spirit with doing the correct things and helping others, for example. But pouring into, your social relationships, making sure you have enough time to process things in your life emotionally, maybe that you need to go through. Like, you're going to be away from your parents, let's say, you may not be able to see them unless, maybe emotionally you may feel like, I miss my parents a lot more. And just taking the time to actually appreciate that rather than, thinking, I just need to make money, I need to go to the gym, I need to kind of outrun these. And like ringing your mum and dad and be like, hey mum, dad, you okay? Like, you doing all right? It's not about like sitting there crying and being in touch with your emotions. It's more like pouring into areas where you feel you should also be.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Find that right balance.
Yeah, it's about the balance of finding those different areas to set yourself up, because they all interlink. Yeah. If you're not socially in a good place, if you're not emotionally in a good place, how can you show up for yourself physically to go to the gym?
Yeah.
It's much easier to go to the gym when you feel good
Yeah.
mentally, when you feel good emotionally, when your emotions are in check. It's much easier to emotionally be in a good place when you're physically taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Everything is interlinked, in my opinion.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that kind of goes on to my last point of just have fun, be balanced and have fun. I feel life, we're just kind of being worn down. A lot of people are being worn down in this race, and it's like everyone's on this like, not Hunger Games, but it's like this slow kind of,
Race.
race.
It's a race, but actually enjoy the journey, and I'm really looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
Because like obviously there's goals that I want to achieve, but I feel like the journey that I'm going to go on, and it's going to be a really fun, enjoyable process. I'm just kind of excited by it.
I think look, pursuing excellence and pursuing hard work is the foundation. Nothing's going to come without that. But some of the information that we get, like, David Goggins,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you have to hustle, work hard, wake up, like, enjoy life. Like, if you want to, after a hard week of work, and you go for a drink or you go for a dinner with your other or your friends, like, there's nothing wrong with that. When I see you guys and I have a laugh and I have a joke and I switch off from my daily life, I actually feel more motivated to then go back to my daily life and actually work harder. And those relationships and those friendships, they aren't a bad thing to have. I think what I've done personally, I isolated myself a lot in my life. Not a lot in my life, but periods in my life. And isolation, I feel, is the enemy.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, isolation doesn't improve your life in any
It's
way.
important to have good people around you as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Just ensuring that is done.
And also the other thing is just on that is that when having fun, I think I saw this great quote is that I think what I used to try find meaning and purpose in my career, whereas understanding that my career is just there to serve a purpose, and outside of my life is where I should be finding my purpose.
Okay.
I know we spend a lot of time in our careers in 8 hours a day, but use that as a vehicle to earn your money, do your job, do it well, but then build a life outside of that as much as you can to have your purpose and have your
So you're not
have your
solely
fun.
reliant on your job as well. I think that's a good point. It's important to have that good work-life balance, not just in your job, but outside of your job as well. There's always room to kind of progress, but enjoy the small things. Go out on a Friday for a few drinks, go meet friends, and enjoy, because life's too short.
Yeah.
As you get older, as I've seen, like years just flew by. I can't believe we're in the end of 2020. Yeah, start of 2026.
We started uni 12 years ago.
Yeah, time does fly by. So,
have you got any points to add to that, or?
No, I think I completely agree. Make a plan, and ensure, as I said, you make small incremental steps. It'll be easier instead of trying to hit level 100 straight away.
Yeah.
I think that's really important. Exercise, I feel like it is really important to try and just maintain some kind of level of fitness.
Physical health.
Physical health is just kind of, for me, for my mental state as well, I think that it just really helps me. So I feel like that's important to do, and ensure you have a good diet. Having simple like home cooked meals, not eating McDonald's like regularly and so forth, fast foods, and just and when I say exercise, you could just go for an hour long walk. You don't have to go to the gym. I know people don't like doing that, but like just kind of
walking movement, steps, 10,000 steps a day. Like
these basic habits will help you in the long run.
Waking and sleeping at the same time, getting adequate, not being sleep deprived. That's such like a basic thing that
routine.
Maybe when you're younger, you can run off less sleep, but you know how much peace I feel from waking up from a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
You just operate better, and just
once you have these basics in hand, everything else will grow off on the back of that.
Yeah, you can show up for yourself in a much better way when